We decided to create this SWAT offering because we talked to a lot of the big financial services companies and a lot of other big organizations. And what we learned from that is most of them already have a primary DDoS prevention provider, but they're all worried about what they call concentration risk, which means these big providers have lots of big accounts. And they know that if 2 or 3 of those accounts get attacked, the provider will be able to protect them. But if 10 of a provider's accounts get attacked concurrently, they're afraid the provider will go down and take them with it. So they'd like to have a secondary provider who stands behind and steps in when their primary provider goes down. Most of them buy from one of 2 leading providers, and when they talk to the other provider about being a secondary, that provider doesn't want to be a secondary. They want to be the new primary. So these organizations would like to have someone else who could come in, stand behind the primary, take a lower fee each month, but be ready to step in those few hours a month when the primary provider wasn't available to provide their service. Now, the challenge for a secondary is that they have to do as good a job as the primary did, and by definition, but in fact they have to do better, because the only situation in which they need to step in is a situation in which the primary provider wasn't succeeding. So they're likely stepping into a bad situation. And as a result of that, you need to have more capability than the primary did. We begin by having 10 times as much bandwidth capacity per customer as the primary providers do. And we add to that fully redundant data centers, multiple places, a very skilled team, and completely new techniques for dealing with the attacks that have been developed in the last 1.5 years.